We have been doing Showstoppers events for now more than 20 years. They are press-only events. We also invite venture capitalists and business partners. The goal is to put companies into a room with their products, have those companies demonstrate the products hands-on, give the press time with those products in a way that demonstrate the products in a way that the journalists cannot see on the trade show floor. In a booth on the trade show floor, you have journalists, you have attendees, you have everybody. You have a lot of people all making noise, asking lots of different questions, getting in the way. Journalists, in a press event, they get to focus. They get to work with the marketing people. The marketing people get to work with the journalists. It's quality time. And that generates the kind of coverage that the companies want on the one hand. It gives the journalists, on the other hand, the quality time that they want with the companies and those products so that they can go off and write about them and do hands-on reviews and generate the coverage that fills their website or their magazine or whatever it is that they are shooting video of to go on a YouTube channel that day.
Which trade shows do you set up at?
Let me start with January and go through the calendar. We start with the Consumer Electronics Show. We move to, that's in Vegas. Then we move to Barcelona for Mobile World Congress. This is now our event at NAB, National Association of Broadcasters. We're back in Vegas. After this, we work with our partners IFA. They do the trade show in Berlin.
In August?
That's in late August, early September, but they also do an April event called the Global Press Conference, which previews what IFA will be come September. So we're going to that. Then we follow up with E3. That's an event that we call Showstoppers at Play. That will be in early June. Then we do CE Week in New York. Then we hit IFA at the end of August, early September. Then we do CTIA in the middle of September. That brings us back to Vegas. And then we end the year with GITEX in Dubai.
What's it like working internationally, bringing your Showstoppers on the road?
Fascinating. First, I like the mileage. Second is every country, every group of journalists from a country brings a different perspective, a different experience, a different expertise. If you go back to our first event in Berlin many years ago, a Showstoppers event was alien to them. They did press conferences, formal press conferences, up on a stage. Journalists never got to touch the product. And we come in and we do a Showstoppers event with 15 companies and I think it was 250 journalists. And everybody's mouths hit the floor because now all of a sudden you can actually walk into a room, talk to the marketing people one-on-one and touch the product and work with the product. And that was very different for them. We get the same reaction at Mobile World Congress. We get the same reaction in Dubai. And the journalists over time, we are seeing several things happen. Journalists around the world, they all want that hands-on time with the product. That's one of the things that we are known for giving them. Over time, the cultures are beginning to look a little bit more similar. The differences in Germany, the differences in Barcelona, the differences in Dubai, the differences in Tokyo and Taiwan. Not that they get sanded down because everybody brings something to the conversation. But at the bottom line, everybody wants to put their hands on the product. They want that quality time with the marketing people. The marketing people want the quality time with the journalists. So the ability to have a conversation in a room, focused on a conversation, that's important. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. Uh, how much flack do you get from the show organizers who like to organize their own press day in advance, and you come in as a third party?
Surprisingly, a lot less. For example, we are the official event at IFA. We work with them on their 2 press days. We work with IFA on recruiting keynote speakers. We are part of the program. The Showstoppers at IFA is the event that ends the 2 press days that precede the show. Here we are at NAB. We are the official press event. Tomorrow the show opens, but tonight the press are here. At GITEX in Dubai, we are the official event. We work with show management, just like we do with IFA and with NAB. We will be the event that takes place the evening before the show opens, before the Sheikh formally opens the show that next morning, and before business is done on the show floor. So now the journalists have had a chance to get their job done before the show opens. As the show opens, the news is breaking, the shows are happy. That's why we like to work with show management.
Do you feel in a way like an incubator for good companies and good products?
Oh yeah, yeah. The turnover year to year at a Showstoppers event, every year, half of the companies in the room, they are new, they are different. Some of my favorite stories are the journalists who come out of the room at the end of the night, and they turn around and they pull me over and they tell me that these are companies that they would never ever have seen before, heard of before, if they had not elected to participate in an event like this. That's cool to give those companies exposure, and it's cool. You know, a journalist working a news beat rounds up the usual suspects. Why can't I surprise them? Why can't they make a discovery? That's what a Showstoppers event helps with.
Mm-hmm. Is a table as affordable to a smaller company as it is to a larger company?
We charge the same price. You know, at CES, our most expensive event, that's $8,000 for a table. At IFA, it's 6,000 euros, so you do the juggle with the exchange rates at the time. Our smaller events, we're charging $4,000. CE Week in New York, for example, I missed that in the calendar. I'm sorry, I forgot that. That's the end of June. I'm sorry, guys, I forgot that one. That we are the official event. That's a $4,000 event, and we work there with CEA, which is the organization that produces CES in January. We work there with all of the other partners that in turn work with CEA. We're very happy to have that relationship. And again, it's something that has evolved over time. Again, it is something that brings value to the conversation. We wouldn't be doing it if they didn't want us there.
How many years have you been doing it thus far?
This is year 21. Yeah, I've gotten a little gray. We started at Comdex, I think it was 94, with 15 companies and 150 press. And now at CES, our largest, it's 120 companies and 1,600 journalists. NAB tonight, my guess is somewhere around 200, maybe 225 journalists, 16 companies. This is our 3rd year. This to me is organic growth over time. This is our largest event that we've done at NAB. This is another example of the culture that you were asking about. The NAB culture is companies that are established, that have been here for many years. They are out on the show floor in their booths. That's where they have done business for 20 years. The smaller companies coming in, they don't know this. They don't do the business this way. They are here.